Judas and Jesus saw at dinner.
Judah, baby.
Judah, don't say.
God, your father said to me,
My father. My father's gonna kill me, man.
Low, low, low.
If I lived in China, I'd have some Chinese children. If I lived in China, I'd have some Chinese children. But out of my toes, my little black baby grows, and that's my fact. Well, if I lived in China, I'd have some Chinese children. Yeah, if I lived in China, I'd have some Chinese children. Well, if I lived in China, if I lived in China, Well, out of my ears, my little black baby hears, and that's my fact. Now if I lived in Russia, I'd have some Chinese children. Yeah, if I lived in Prussia, I'd have some Chinese children. Well, if I lived in India, they'd still be Chinese children. And out of my toes, my little blue baby grows, and that's another fact. Now if I lived in Ireland, I'd have some Chinese children. Yeah, if I lived in Ireland, I'd have some Chinese children. Well, if I lived in Spainland, they'd still be Chinese children. And if I lived in Greeceland, they'd still be Chinese children. But out of my thumbs, my little red baby runs, and that's another fact, an unchanging fact. I'd still have Chinese children. And if I lived in Iceland, I'd still have Chinese children. Well, if I lived in Greenland, I'd still have Chinese children. But out of my ears, my little gray baby hears, and that's my right. Well, if I lived in Thailand, I'd have some Chinese children. And if I lived in Japan, I'd still have Chinese children. Well, if I lived in this land, or if I lived in that land, and up from my lungs and standing on my tongue, my little blue baby sung. Yeah, if I lived in Brooklyn, I'd still have Chinese children. And if I lived in Oakland, I'd still have Chinese children. Or if I was an Indian, yeah, if I was an Indian,